Right, hello everyone. Welcome to Sunday Night with Philly, which means HRF1, short qualifying 50% race at the glorious Silverstone, greatest track in the world. Of course, this is Great Britain. There could not possibly be anywhere better, obviously. We are heading in to, I think, round 10 of the season. Well, it says it on the stream title anyway, so whatever it says on there, that's what it is. So we're starting to move on a little bit into the season now, and it's been a, as it always is in HRF1, it's been a great season. I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? I already shared the stream about. Just need to. I want to get it up on the laptop so I can do a prediction. Evening, Massey. Yeah, all good, thank you, mate. And yourself? Hope you're all practiced up, ready for Silverstone. Agnat, evening. Is Checo racing? He is. He wasn't sure earlier on because Checo mentioned something had happened at home. I think he'd had a storm or something in the internet, or the power all went out, so he wasn't sure if he was going to be able to get on in time. You know, if it would be fixed in time. But he's on track, or he's on in the garage at the moment. So clearly he did. Yeah, all good, Agnat. Thank you, buddy, and you. As we get our first driver starting to exit the pit lane, bowing the tyres from the session out, put the setup on. He's serving qualifying round tonight, so that's why he's retired straight away. He put his setup on and come out and done an outlap or something after it says it or something. I'm not really too sure. I don't even know if you need to do that on this year's game. I think it was last year's game you had to do that. Different this year. So there we go. I've got it up on me laptop now as well. So, who was it then? So it's Dana Vita's out first. The man who's done some really good form recently. This game on Game Pass at the moment. Checo is 3 seconds faster than you. Excellent. Well, I'm glad you got it though, Agna, and keep practicing, buddy. You won't take long. It won't take long. Right, let's. What's the sound like? Is it? Where's the audio? There it is. Yeah, just need to turn that down. There we go. Oh, really? 2019? Wow. Weirdly, I don't think I played 2019. I took quite a long break from the F1. Well, not so much I took a break, I just wasn't playing games that often in those years. And I certainly didn't know anything about online gaming at that stage. So, League 20 was the first one I played online, but it was really towards the end of the game, so 21 was the first proper one. So here we go. Dana Vita's first onto a hot lap, flat out through turn 1. Keep it nice and left through turn 2, also flat out. Late braking around about 75 metres, you saw there from Dana Vita's. Down to 4th and down to 3rd for the left-hander. Open up the steering, get on the power as quickly and as smoothly as you can. Over the DRS line, DRS down to the left-hander. You really need to throw the car in. You can use 4/4/5, doesn't really matter. And Dana Vita stays in 4th for the right-hander afterwards. Can't remember the name of that corner. Is it Luffield or something? Might be. Move over to the right just for a little kink in the road, and then we head up to the main corner, whose name escapes me right now. I can't believe that name's escaped me. Flat out through there in qualifying these days, then through the left, right, pretty much flat out, and then down to 7th, down to 6th, open up the steering, get on the power. You'll see some people use 5th through there. Again, it doesn't really matter. And we head down to right-hander. That will take us, I think that's Stowe, and will take us into the bit which I call the stadium section. So most of the fans are around here. And I think that's a pretty good lap from Dana Vita to get us started. 25.9. It looks pretty solid, I have to say. I think we will see quicker, but It was a solid lap. What else have we got? There's a Haas has just crossed the line. That's Paella, 26.7. Aaron, if I can find them. Are they on? That's Whoopi on an out lap. We've got an Alfa Romeo just behind him. On Hanger Straight. Oh, fair enough, Agner. Oh, that's a shame. What happened to your arm then, man? Just wear and tear. Sniper Monkey then, first run on the medium tyres. What he could do. I still have no idea what people do and run on medium tyres. Guess it's extra practice. It goes fastest, 25.6 on the mediums is pretty impressive, I have to say. Well goes P3, 26.3. Yes, we've got Red Bull on its way round. This is Chris, also on the medium tyre. Oh, Massey's Xbox just crashed. Well, luckily it hasn't retarded you, Massey, so just get yourself set up, buddy, and I'll send you an invite for joining. To be fair to Microsoft, the Xboxes don't crash very often, do they? It's very well made machines, I think. Going back to the first Xbox, you could drop that thing down the stairs and it wouldn't break. it's very sturdy. Who was that jumping up? Gunners jumped up into P3 on the 26.1. Chris did a 26.6 on the mediums. Looking just going through Maggots and Beckett's. Still can't seem to remember the corner before it. It's like the really famous one and I can't remember the name of it. Someone please help me. What's the corner before Maggots and Beckett's? The really famous corner. Just completely escaped my mind and I can't think of it. I'm going to take to the pits now. He's going to continue the lap and I don't blame him. Get the delta time on the board. It will have hurt his lap, that one. It's still a good one. 25.8 goes into P2, but he knows he definitely lost a couple of tenths. Maybe a little bit more. Oh really, Agnet? Mine never. Do you know mine never ever crashed. I'm sure I've never had an Xbox crash on me. A game's crashed and shut me out, but the Xbox itself has never actually crashed on me. Series X is solid, definitely. Craig on an in lap, I believe. If we've got anybody on hot laps, Checo's on an out lap, so let's go to Checo. Corey also on an out lap, but Checo further round. So we'll stick to. The thing is, you can't not play Bethesda games, can you, Agnes? Because they're the best games. They're the great games. Truly great games. This one's going to be bad, says Paella. Why is it going to be bad? You've got a lot more in you than a 26.7. You'll be fine. I still need to know that. If I can get back in, says Massey, can you? Do you want me to send you another invite? I'll just send another one just in case you need it. Oh, you don't really need it at all, do you? Because it's. Yeah. I still need to know that. Oh, cops. No, it's alright. It's just literally just jumped into my mind. Cops. I can't believe I'm struggling to remember cops. The famous corner. Checo comes round to completely first sector. 28.043 through sector 1. Oh, he's just ran a bit over the curb. That's going to invalidate. And it's the end of that lap. Right. Out lap. Corey was on an out lap before, so yeah, he's just crossed the line to start his first hot lap of the evening. It's really easy to do there, Agna. It's a very strange corner with a turn in. Just got to trust your judgment. Watch here with Corey. Really goes in right at the end of the corner, you see. So Checo was just a little bit too far in, which is why he went over the curb. But yeah, it's really easy to do, in all fairness. Coming up then, 2 cops. And hint of a lift. I don't think he lifted. I think it was just the actual turn made him lose a bit of speed. That's why I gear down to 7th through cops, because your revs tend to drop down anyway, even in 7th, so you'll be quicker on the power coming out of it if you're in 7th gear, because your revs are running higher. So, pretty solid. Haven't noticed any glaringly obvious mistakes or anything like that from Corey, so it seems a pretty solid lap to me. It's a 26.4, which puts me into P6 for the moment, so yeah, good solid lap from Corey. As Whoopi leaves the session now. And it's going to be one of those nights, is it? It's starting to look like it, isn't it? He's just joined before I could even get the invite out. So we're on now with Paella, but he's just invalidated through Maggots and Beckett's. There's Locorius now, he's invalidated as well. Craig right at the start of his lap, X11 a little bit further around. Not seeing him yet today, so yeah. Okay, Massey, yeah, do that. The honest truth is, mate, you'll need to ask Gunnar. Get something sent to Gunnar quickly in the Discord. He's the host, so he's the host with the most. I mean, I don't see any problem with doing one. It's 11. And heading to the line. 26.555. That's 11. That moves him up to P7, just behind Corey. What else we got out there then? Craig, just on his way down to Stowe. Yeah, absolutely, Massey. Absolutely. Do your reset and everything, and see if you can get back in, because it's simply not letting you. Then I think they'll have to do one. So. Right, improvement from Craig goes 1.1 quicker, so 26.3. Sniper Monkey, wow. That's an awesome lap. 24.9 in qualifying is a very, very good lap. It looks to me like he's backed off, so let's go back to Locorius. Yeah, good thing really, Matty, is it still is at least a track where you've got half a chance of actually getting through the field. Just half a tenth down through sector 2 that can easily be made up, especially if you can nail Stowe. He's pretty good through Stowe, but no, he's heading to the pits. No, is he? No? No, he's not. Looked like he was. He's in two minds. To the line then, but no, it doesn't improve. Go back to Jetgo, just about keeps it in the lines. Coming out of Gops. Going 3.8 through sector 2. Start. Notice though, just caught the gravel on the outside going into Stowe. Would have just thrown those line off. That's going to hurt the lap time. Just has to get this on the board. It's got time to go back round and come back in and go out again. So 27.7. Checo in P14, but yeah, he's plenty of time to go again. Don't want to hang about too much on the in-lap. Got to bear in mind around Silverstone that the what was that then next? Oh, Whoopi is stuck on the track. He's doing. Oh my god, I haven't seen the game do this in. I don't think I've seen the game do this since 22. Well, I might have seen it once or twice this year. That is Whoopi, who's completely disconnected, and his game's doing it. Well, we're gonna have to restart. I think it's got to be a restart. Right, just Paella. I'll leave you on board with Paella. I need to send a message in Discord a second. Okay, I've just had a look at the Discord, and Gunar's actually already said in the Discord that there will be a lobby restart. So that is confirmed by the lobby host then. So, as you see, that car is Wookiee's car, and it's just stuck there. Even though the graphic on the left of the screen for the positions and that shows him as in the pits. Well, they're not on a hot lap anymore. What's on here? Chips. Looks like the first time I've seen Chips in a while. As in the guy that's on the track, not the food. I always see Chips at least 3 times a week. See them for a while and then they all suddenly disappear. I don't know what happens to them. I said they end up in my belly. So, sorry, excuse me. Oh, Massey actually did some practice laps here. Oh, buddy. It is annoying. It is annoying. Yeah, that thing that's happened to Whoopi, that's the first time I've seen that in quite a while. It's an old glitch which I thought they'd fixed. I think they thought they fixed it as well, to be fair, but evidently not. But that patch they did last week on the Monday, they didn't mention anything on the bit that I read about any stability improvements or anything like that for the lobbies. It had the actual improvements they did, but didn't even mention. Maxi, yeah, that should be the case. You should start 15th ahead of Biden. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Wouldn't you rather start behind Biden? Chips. Ah, oh, no pace tonight. Come on, Penny, you've always got pace. It's looking good. Luffield there. And now into Gops. And there you are. That's the shift down look. And if you just notice that the revs just come down a bit, that's why for me you should gear down to 7th. Make you a little bit quicker on the exit. It's not much. We're talking thousandths, so maybe 100th or 2. It all helps. Didn't see the split time through sets of 2 then, so I don't know if we're improving or not. I find it hard to believe if we're not, because the laps look pretty decent, I have to say, from Chips. Again, nicely on the power. And yeah, it improves by nearly 4 attempts, up to P7 for Chips. That is a nice lap from Chips. Got a Red Bull on its way. If we're still doing a little dance on the corner there. Still P2 though, so if he still stays P2, you won't be too upset. So here comes Chris, 25.7. He goes into P2 just ahead of Whoopi by 800ths. Here's Whale. Somebody else just crossing the line. I didn't see any changes on the timings. Whale doesn't improve. I think that's Bonavides just ahead of Whale on track. Corey finishes P7 on 26.2. Nicely done. Here is Gunnar. Sniper Monkey improves ever so slightly. Here's Gunnar. Goes into P2 with a 25.681. That's 11, improving through sets of 2. Monsters is just ahead of him. Here comes Monsters. Just over a 10th improvement, but stays P12. It's 11 now. Improves by quarter of a second and jumps up to P9. Checo is improving through sector 2. A little bit more in order to jump a place, but and he's going to touch wide into the stadium there, so nearly invalidated it. Improved by 2/10 though, stays P14 with a better lap done. Chips was the only other driver out on track, and he is into the pit lane, so he's perfectly fine to, if you can hear me Chips, you can retire now that you're in the pit lane, and it's going to be a restart in a way, so I'll tell you what, I will take a screenshot of that. And I will upload that and get it to Gunnar. It might just help if I can do it quite quickly. Queued for upload. Come on, it doesn't take that long to upload a screenshot. So, it's pole position for Sniper Monkey then, Gunnar P2, Chris P3, Whoopi in 4, Well 5, Donovitis 6, Corey in 7. I won't go through the whole... Oh, I accidentally hit a button then. There we go. I won't go through the whole lot because I'll be doing the grid countdown in a way on the formation lap. And rest of that incidents, just scroll through to them. You can see no actual incidents, just a few exceeding track limits and invalidating laps, speeding in the pit lane, that sort of thing. But other than that, guys, how am I going to get out of this then? Oh, it's got my own time. I'll be able to get out after that. Right then. Do 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 do. Right, guys, I'll leave you with it for the moment because we are going to be... There's obviously going to be a bit of a break while we do a lobby restart, so I'll be back with you shortly. Okay guys, back with you. Why is my phone doing a weird... I don't know why my phone was just recording. What would have just been me coughing in the background a lot. So, right, okay, let's get everything back. Shout out to Go has gone out. Right then, okay, what have I missed? Lobby just broke, says Checo. It was a restart, buddy. Oh, Massey, it come good in the end, don't you worry. EA Sports is in the glitch. Haha, love it. And first time chat, hey Luke Skywalker right hand. Dinovider's got his Red Bull sweatshirt today and is wearing it currently. I'm betting my kidney on him today. Oh well. Maybe. I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. You don't need both in a way, so. There we go. I forgot to do a prediction, didn't I? Never mind. There's always next week. Right, let's get some details up. I need to do the grid countdown, so here we go. So Sniper Monkey starts on pole, Gunnar alongside in P2, Chris in third with Whoopi in fourth, which, considering you only got the one lap in qualifying due to the glitch, he's going to be pretty pleased with in the end, I think. Well starts on the third row of the grid alongside Dana Vites, while Corey starts 7th with Chips in 8th. X11 P9 alongside Craig in P10. Payella 11 with Monsters 12. Lycorius and Checo make up the 7th row of the grid, while Massey and Bowden make up what tonight is the final row of the grid in 15th and 16th. Very unusual, by the way, for HRF1 to be short on drivers. So, but it is what it is. I go just saw Volungus join, but he's ever so slightly late. And with the restart. Season had a herpa-derp. Session had a herpa-derp. I don't know what that means, but yeah. Why can't I see that on my laptop, but I can see it on my phone? Anyway, not really any need to go through tyres today, because as you can see, everybody's on the intermediates to start this race. Kind of ruins the strategy a little bit, because it's going to be a case of everyone being on the inters, the tip dries up enough, and everybody comes in for whatever tyre will get them to the end of the race. So, a couple of disqualifications, Well and Chips both missing their grid slots. Here we go. The lights start to come on. Out they go, and away we go. And it looked to me like the front two both got off the line pretty well. McLaren trying to edge ahead of the Red Bull then. That's Whoopi up to P3. He's having a look at Gunnar into turn 3. Can he make the stick? Gunnar's going to have the inside with a left-hander, and of course the inside exiting out of here. Always difficult to get the power down here, let alone in these conditions. As X11 has picked up a drive-through penalty for a jump start. I think it was him that we just saw go off track. Perhaps it came up on his screen and that's why he ended up going out wide. It's we've got some good starters. Massey's up 6, Checo up 4, Bowden up 4. Corey's gained a couple as well. It's X11 down 4, Payella down 3, so terrible start for the Haas team. Lycorius down a couple, Monsters down 4, Chris is down 3. as Massey gets past Chips. And he is already now onto the back of Dynamite's. And down to Stowe for the first time in the race. Massey, well, after the trouble in qualifying, the Xbox crashing and not being able to get back in following the restart, he's had a wonderful start, up 7 places to get his race underway. Sniper is just looking like he's going to pull out the second gap to Gunnar. Not so important right now, of course, while it's raining because of no DRS, but we know that it's going to dry up. We just don't know when. He just has a tiny little bit of a moment. I couldn't even see the McLaren ahead when they're at the top speed they could get to on a short straight. And look here, Piella's making a move on Craig. They're still side by side as we head up to Cops. Oh, they're not going to go side by side in the rain, are they? Not through Cops, surely. Yeah, Craig seems to be the less adventurous one out of the two. He's still got a little bit of a time glitch going on the left-hand side of your screen, but that should clear the next time they cross the line. Possible race strategies, ignore that, because, as I said earlier, we know it's going to dry up, so those strategies won't be viable. Is it Agner? Oh, not for me, it's not, mate. Actually, well, it might be. Actually, yeah, there is rain on the windows. I didn't even realise it was raining. Sniper Monkey, no real shot, setting the fastest lap there as Paiella makes a move here on Checo on the pitch straight, which is pretty unusual. That's Checo had a little moment coming out the final corner. It's back going now. That's Paiella now up to P11. Bowden is now up 6 places. Of course, started at the back due to a qualifying ban. Where should we go? It's really hard to know. We know what overtaking in these conditions is hard at the best of times because of no DRS, so we'll try our best, guys, to be on the correct battle. More often than not, an overtake happens because the driver makes a little mistake, maybe coming out of a corner or something like that. Has a little bit of oversteer or what have you. Allows the driver behind to sort of nip past. Let's go to Whoopi as he's really was catching onto the back of Gunnar there, but runs wide out of Stowe. And then now to complete lap 3 of the race. Keep an eye on that weather, guys. See if you can spot when it's starting to rain a little bit lighter or it stops raining at all. When it stops, it's going to be important in this race. I'd love it to sort of stop around, well, in the next couple of laps, to be honest, because it would really throw spanner in the works of what tyres to, because once the track actually, you know, if it stops raining, say on lap 6, and then the track maybe needs 2 more laps to dry out. 18 laps remaining. Do you go to the mediums or the hards? It'll be interesting. At the moment, the rain is looking pretty steady. But I'm not expecting it to dry up fast because I believe that the weather forecast was wet to dry, but with overcast. It's not that the sun wasn't coming out, so it should take a little while to dry out the track. It looked like he was maybe pushing the limits a little bit there at Cops. Might have got a warning. They are just gradually, they are starting to reel Sniper Monkey back in a little bit. He really gets onto the gearbox with the toe, but just cannot get alongside before Stowe. Let's just come down, have another look at Massey on the back of Dynavites. Again, he might get a little run here. Dynavites is on a really acute line. So, no, seems to get the power down okay, Dynavites, so nothing Massey can do there. Oh, but Dynavites has made a little mistake in turn 1. Massey has to come off the power. Makes the move. Dynavites gets the 3 seconds given there. And gives no ring back on the exit there either. I think that was a little bit of half a dozen of one, half a dozen of the other, to me. Massey has a little think about it at the end of the straight, but decides maybe not the best option to throw it up the inside there. Much more likely, if you throw a move up the inside in a fast corner, you're much more likely to get an impact. So, around Klops, and Dynavites runs a bit wide. Massey goes to what's going to be the outside of the first part. So backs off. Again, I think probably sensible. Both drivers have plenty of energy. Dynavites actually has a bit of an advantage on energy. Is Massey going to get a run here down into Stowe? His Checo picks up 3 seconds. Not the only one. Dynavites and Paella both with penalties as well. Again, Massey. He's going to move to the outside, going into the stadium. We have a little bit of a wheel bang again. Oh, and that one has made Massey get a little out of shape, and it's allowed chips through. Bowden's had a look, but couldn't get through. Just double checking all the penalties. X11 of course did serve that drive-through penalty. It's taken a long time for it to come up on the screen. They were down through turn 4 and 5 before the actual message came up on my screen awarding X11 the jump start drive-through penalty. So here is Chips then. He managed to get past Dynavites. Massey follows through as well. Wide, Cox again, and there's a little right there. Just maybe struggling, maybe just become a little bit unsettled, Dynavites, and just having a bit of trouble getting the rhythm back at the moment. Adam moves into the slipstream. No, not alongside. Oh dear, Paella nearly went into the back of Bowden there. Might have had a little touch, but I think he noticed it early enough that it won't have caused any damage. Massive battle's going on. I'm going to head back up to Gunnar and Whoopi, because I think Whoopi's having a little look. He is indeed. The inside here, and we have the inside on the exit, but he just catches a little bit too much curb. And that wheel cost him any chance of a move, so Whale staying nicely on the back of these guys, and Corey is not far behind either. Who happens to know that Corey rather loves these conditions? He will not mind the rain whatsoever. Any other moves going on? Dynavites still manages to defend from Bowden. Coreyus gets ahead of Checo, and they're still side by side. Checo and the Alpine at the nearest to you. Looks like the course has just managed to pull away enough that Checo folds in behind, ready for cops. So, lonely for X11 at the moment. You'd be hoping for a safety car at some point to pull him back into the race. Back to Gunnar and Whoopi then. Oh, we've got a yellow flag. And we find it, it's Chris. 3 seconds for his troubles as well. Sometimes those are removable. I'm sure you didn't actually do anything wrong, you just lost it or something like that. And can show that you didn't pick up any more warnings through the race, and you can sometimes get those removed by the stewards. But that mistake has cost him down to 8th place. So Massey, typical, isn't it? By the time he did get past Dino Vites, Chips had managed to sneak past him. But very clever move from Chips, I have to say. So Massey, find yourself in the same position, trying to do the same thing, just with a different driver. And obviously, because of the glitch with the game, it's Massey's job today. As it stands right now, Massey's job today is sort of more damage limitation scenario. So 6th place would be very good for limiting the damage. Obviously, he will then set off after Corey 6.5 seconds out of a row, so even with a lot of laps left, it'd be hard to gain that back, but you never know. But he's got to get past Chips first. And he's on the outside of Stowe. I think he's going to get round there. He's going to go to the outside for the stadium section. Can obviously brake later because he's going to turn in later in the corner. I think they have a tiny bit of contact. Nothing really to write home about. But, X11 picks up 3 seconds. And into the pits is Gunnar. Gunnar is in. And he has put on a fresh set of intermediates. Wow. Okay. I was not expecting that. In the Discord, it is very much expected that this race is going to dry up. So I really wasn't expecting that. The time gain on a fresh set of inters is going to be huge for Gunnar, but it's also an extremely long pit stop around here. I think it's about 27 seconds, so it is a very long pit stop. So Paella and Dino Vites battling. Paella has gotten past into P9. And, I've missed something here because Bowden's gotten ahead of Massey. I completely missed that. You guys might have seen it because I think I was on board. Bowden's gotten up into P6 and was right back on the back of Chips. Oh, but he gets out of shape. And Massey's going to have that agonising feeling where he's catching him all the way down the straight, but he's going to run out of tarmac. Way before he caught him, to be fair. I think Bowden probably burned a bit of energy to get the speed back up there. And into the pits comes Massey. Oh, this is telling me we're going to have different strategies going on here. Some drivers, I think, are going to look to try and get their inters to whenever it dries up. Other drivers opting to pit for fresh inters in the hope that it doesn't dry up so much later in the race. Massey in, Paella into his grid slot. Not grid slot, sorry, into his box. And out they come, both on fresh intermediate tyres. They will not be wanting this to dry up for a long time yet. So that now means we have Whoopi running P2 after Gunnar pitted. About 4 seconds off a sniper who's really extended that lead. Probably due to Whoopi and Gunnar battling so hard. Then Whale P3, Corey in a fabulous P4 at the moment. Has Chips 7.8 seconds behind him, who in turn has Bowden right on the back of him. So I know we have watched this sort of group a lot. Here's Gunnar going past, coming out of Luffield, I think that was. So, yeah, I'm aware I've watched that other battle quite a lot today, but that's because it's been close. So, Gunnar getting past Lycorius, and I don't think it's going to take him long to get on the back of Monsters with the tyre advantage that he has. So strange, the intermediates, because if in qualifying you can go out and do 5-6 laps on set intermediates, then you go into the pits and it's made like a 1/10.5 difference to your expected time compared to a fresh set, and yet in the race it seems to make a huge difference as Monsters enters the pits. So has Bowden and Whale both opted in to take stops as well. I'm loving this as Gunnar sets fastest lap 37.669. This is really interesting. At some point, Sniper Monkey and Whoopi will have to make a very big decision as to whether they stick this out or take a stop. It is a hard decision around here, as I said, because it's like a 27-second pit stop around there. It is a hard call to make. So you fancy not pitting and having the 27s in the bag, you can hold that off, but if it doesn't stop raining until late in this race, then it could make a big difference. 11 picks up what I think is his second 3-second penalty. He's not at the back any longer, he's up to P15 now as Biella gets past Bowden coming out of Luffield. And into the pits are Whoopi and Corey. I'm starting to wonder if it's not going to dry up at all. People were very much in the Discord saying that it's expected to dry up, but you see, I actually competed in a race around here where I got a podium because I stayed out on slick tyres when it was going dry to wet, and everybody else pitted bar the 2 drivers that finished ahead of me, and we all ended up with podiums because it never really got wet enough. Even though it started raining, it was at least, it must have been like 12 laps from the end. It's so far from the end for the race, and yet it never ever got wet enough for the intermediates. Or sorry, it did for about the last 3 laps, but everybody's inters were completely burnt out by the time it got wet enough. So we're going in the other direction today from wet to dry. That's what we're expecting. And at the moment, not able to do anything against Biella. Gunnar right on the back of Craig. Serious tyre advantage. I don't know if he wants to go in the inside of the box, does he? Oh, risky from Gunnar, but I guess he's taking a risk with the pit stop, so he needs to throw a bit of risk into his overtakes to get through the field quickly. It's going to be, well, he's already right on the back of Dinobites for 4th place. Will be in a moment. Right now, he's still, what, about 23 seconds behind Sniper. So, Sniper Monkey pitted. Gunnar would go ahead of him. But I don't think the time that Gunnar's made up so far on Sniper is going to panic Sniper into a pit stop anytime soon. Gunnar goes to the inside. Oh, there's a bit of contact. Both drivers survived the contact and Gunnar can go on his way. I don't think it's a big issue, that. Just, things, but there we go. Bowden does now make a move on Biella. It's the same corner that we just saw Gunnar get past, but who's that? No, that's Biella, my apologies, so sorry. Yeah, so Bowden had gotten past Paella, but then got held up behind Checo, and Paella just said thank you very much and nipped back past both of them. And I'm looking to see if we can get a run out of Luffield here, and doesn't. That's frustrating for Bowden as he finally gets past. Oh, whoopee, sorry, I didn't even see you drop out, buddy. Otherwise I'd have invited you. Still doing well up in P7, having made a pit stop. And in comes Sniper Monkey from the lead. So Chips goes past the pits, so Chips is going to take the lead of this race. Chris has gone past as well and move into P2. It is fresh inserts for Sniper. Here's Gunnar. He's coming down the... Yeah, he's going to go past quite significantly. I'm going to say that it's going to turn out to be about a 5-6 second advantage by the time Sniper gets out, I think. But Sniper now has the all-important 5-lap newer tyres. On a 50% race is a significant advantage. An advantage on a 100% race, let alone a 50%, but obviously advantage on a 50% is, well, twice as much, effectively, per lap. Chris into the pits as well. He moves down to the back with the pit stop. Ayala picks himself up a further 3-second penalty. Sniper Monkey making his way past Craig. So not a lot these guys can do. So when he gets to, like, well, he's going to catch on to Whoopi, and Whoopi's probably not going to be the easiest. In turn, Whoopi is trying to get past Dino Vites here. He's going to do it on the straight. The yellow flag that's come up is Lycorius having come out of the pits. He's had a little spin down at turn 5. But he's back on his way and okay. So if he gets past Dino Vites, he runs a little bit wide there at Stowe. And that, oh dear. Night, Dad. I've got, well, that one will need looking at by the stewards, I feel. It looked a little bit to me like that was a bit of an audacious lunge from Sniper, in my opinion. But I only get the one look at it, of course. I might change that opinion if I had replays, but it did seem like that was a bit audacious. Whale has made his way past Craig now as well, and we'll look to see if we can get after Sniper Monkey. Although Sniper, the younger tyres, of course. As I said, this is where it hits harder now for Sniper, because Whoopi's tyres are only 2 laps older. In my opinion, Whoopi's done the undercut here, despite at one point disconnecting. Sniper there is catching on to the back of Whoopi, but Matt C has just gotten past Craig, who I don't know how Craig must be feeling right now, because he's just got driver after driver catching and overtaking. And he's probably, all he probably thinks to himself is, would you please dry up already? Into the pits comes Dinovites from P10. He's Bowden past him, Paella past him, and many more to come. Gunnar picks up 3 seconds. Well, that's going to be important. So the undercut has worked for Gunnar. He's up to P3, chasing the 2 guys ahead are on much worn tyres. But at the end of this lap, it will be 10 laps remaining, and at the moment, the rain isn't really showing any signs of drying up. We are expecting it to, but when? And is it going to be too close to the end to pit for slicks? The moment, to me, it just looks just as heavy at the moment as it was when we started, quite honestly. And we have another yellow flag. That looks like an Alpine. I think it's Checo, unfortunately. Round, that's coming out of Luffield. Almost certainly lost the rear end. It's very easy to do as he just lines and lets his teammate through. Right, back up then to these guys. Whoopi now on the back of Gunnar. It's 3 laps later. Has the tyre advantage, but it's a great Murray Walker used to say, crashing is one thing, getting past is quite another. Gunnar catching on to the 2 guys ahead of him, if anything, should make it a little bit easier for him to defend, but here comes Whoopi. He's got a decent run out onto the straight and up into P3. Whoopi may well, despite having a little disconnect, he did get back in very quickly, so it was only a very short disconnect. But, well, you might be smelling victory here, you know. Yeah, no, I think these guys that have made the stops have done the right thing, haven't they? I think. I can understand why people might have thought, no, it's better to stay out because of the 27 second pit stop, but it's very clear now that the guys who have pitted have made the right decision. Because Whoopi is right on the back of Chris now. But here comes Sniper Monkey to the inside of Gunnar. He's got the move done before the break in for Stowe. Through he goes. And back into P4 now. There is a chance, I'm not going to say that he will, but there is a chance that Sniper might be in a little bit of trouble for the contact with Dino Vites. Could potentially say, I don't get the benefit of replay, so there is a potential risk of a penalty being awarded after the race for Sniper. As Whoopi makes his way past Chris, and that puts another car between him and Sniper Monkey. He wants to keep doing. You know Sniper. Oh, Chris gets out of shape, but he saved it really well. Gunnar will come through as well. It's fantastic to save that. Chris, and remember, of course, Chris went round early in the race and lost quite a few. I think he dropped down about P8. So right now, if the weather was to dry up, then for him and Chips, there would be no argument at all. They'd have done the right thing because they'd be pitting onto slicks while everybody else has to as well. So for these 2 guys, they're look at it. Chips is up 7 places. So if this race was to dry out, there's no doubt at all he's made the right decision. So for him, and I think Chris as well, because I say, even though he's down 2 from where he started, he did have a spin and drop down. I'm sure it was P8, I think. He dropped down to Sniper has a little look at Whoopi. Bowden, the latest to pick up 3 seconds. He's doing okay. He's in P9. 8 seconds behind Massey though. So that might be the best Bowden can do today now. Oh, and Whoopi gets out of shape. That's going to invite Sniper Monkey alongside on the outside for turn 1. You go through side by side, still side by side into 2. A tiny little bit of contact. And Whoopi has the inside for 3. And that allows him to hold the position. Almost invited Gunnar in to have a little go. But, what they're not doing, they're not exactly dropping Chris, are they? Chris, the energy Chris has got left at this stage of the race is always beautiful to have in your back pocket. We're starting to get to the point now, Agnut, where even if it was to stop raining, it may never dry up in time, because I believe it was expected for, if it was to dry up, it would only go to overcast, which means it would take a while to dry up. So I don't think, well, it could still dry up at the moment if it stopped raining, and no, it does look a little bit lighter now to me. It's not, certainly not stopped, not even by a long chalk, but I don't know, actually, now I've gone on to check it, it looks just the same. It's definitely expected to dry up this race, so, or at least that's what they were saying in Discord, so I don't know, did they not do... Oh, we've got yellow flags! Oh my word, it's at the top! Whoopee, Gooner, and Sniper! It's the three... Oh my goodness, I've missed it, I'm so sorry. I've missed it while watching Drivers Further Down. But, right, first things first, Sniper seems to have both end plates. Gooner is missing his right end plate. Whoopee in P4 still has both end plates. So it looks like whatever's happened, it appears to be that Gooner has come off the worst. Well, there will definitely be a steward's investigation after the race on that one. Yellow flag appeared then. I got no idea what it was. It seems to be where Lycorius was, but at the same time, his little marker on the track map seems to still be moving normally. So, well, I have to say, I mean, I've got absolutely no idea what happened. It was in the final corner somewhere in that little complex there. Whatever happens now, I mean, this is race destroying for Gooner, regardless of what's happened. It's, you know, for all I know, it might have been his fault. I don't know. It could have been the other two's fault. It might have just been a racing incident. I really don't know. But Gooner, well, it's going to try and continue on without an end plate. It's going to be so slow. It's unreal. But I understand why he's doing it. He wants to salvage something. If he pits, probably feels that's, you know, this race over if he pits. I'm just trying to work out where he'd come out, and I think if he'd have just pitted that lap, he would have come out ahead of Craig in P13. He might have come out ahead of Monsters in P12, but of course you have fresh tyres. 3 sets of enters, or do you only get 2 for the race? No, you do get 3 for the race, I'm sure you do. Swoopy trying to get back into P3 ahead of Chris. So at the moment, Chips is still leading this race by 2.7 seconds over Whale, who is trying to chase him down. He's got 10 lap old inters compared to Chips' 20 laps. So Whale definitely in with a shot of winning this race, but so is Chips. Because at the moment, Chips still looks pretty quick. But bearing in mind, they are teammates tonight in the Williams, so I don't think it makes too much difference which one of them wins it. What's happened to Chris here, because he is incredibly slow all of a sudden. Every driver's going past. Looking at the tyres, nothing's burst, is it? Don't seem to have. But he is in, so Chris is into the pits. So he feels he can't go on any further, which puts massive question marks over Chips. Currently leading the race. Wales now 1.9 behind, so that gap is coming down. Whoopee then is a further 1.5 seconds behind. 1.5 behind. So in a way, Chips' target here, well, we're so close to the end. I mean, it's 5 laps, including this one, it's 5 laps to the end. So as much as Chips would love to hang on to a race win, I think realistically he needs to be looking at Whoopee and maybe even Corey. Corey is doing a grand job at the moment. I've been so caught up in the incident that happened, it's only just dawned on me, the weather's changed. The rain has stopped. Maybe not stopped, I think it is spitting slightly. Or that could have just been a little sort of glitchy thing on my screen, I don't know. Still lots of spray, it's definitely not ready for slicks. But several drivers are trying it. Particularly drivers that are a bit further down, so you can't blame them really. They are going to hope that this track dries out very quickly. The rain has stopped. Just, to be quite honest, way too late for the guys that have stayed out the whole race. But my word, you've got to give it to Chips, haven't you? What a race he's run. Regardless of where he ends up now. What a race he's run. The biggest problem he's going to have now is, as this track dries out, and the intermediate tyres begin to get hotter and hotter, will his tyres be able to deal with it? And that was actually Checo who saw his car ghosting. Come on, Williams, don't do anything silly, the two of you. Don't do anything silly. Hold this for Williams. You've got Whoopi absolutely bearing down on both of you. Chips needs to fold in here, allow his teammate. He may be able to allow his teammate a little gap if he can hold off Whoopi a little bit. Oh, they have a contact! Chips just looked to me like he got a little out of sorts on the outside, and that is almost certainly because his tyres are struggling like mad. And he just brought his car back inside to give Whoopi a bit of a little barge. Whoopi might have been thinking in the cockpit, what are you doing? But it wasn't intentional by any stretch of the imagination. It's just that Chips' tyres, and look at the group behind. I really want to see this track go completely dry for the last couple of laps. I would love it. Such a headache. Chips does stay out, but Whoopi's going to go to the inside. Well, but Chips wants to come back at him. He's not giving up. And have a little bit of contact. Chips sort of says no to Corey. You're not coming through as well. He's going to fight for everything here, Chips. And as long as he keeps it penalty free to the end of this race, I'll tell you what, he's my driver today, because this performance has been absolutely outstanding. I don't really care where he actually ends up. So Corey makes his way past Chips. Sniper Monkey next to have a go. So frustrating for Chips because he knows it's within touching distance of the finish of this race, but there's just nothing he can do. The good news for him now is that the gap back to Paella is 13 seconds, and Paella has at least 6 seconds of penalties, so that is effectively 19 seconds. So he should, should be safe. He will be safe from Paella, but so 6th place will still be an outstanding result, I have to say. Don't pit, whatever you do, don't pit. Just keep with it, because what he doesn't know is there is every chance that somebody ahead of him may pick up a penalty. The moment Whale, touch wood while I say this, but at the moment Whale is potentially heading towards victory here. He does have Whoopi bearing down on him, but at the moment Whoopi has a penalty. So unless he has a genuine cause to believe he can have that removed, then it's not going to, well, DRS enables. It's always a big indication that the track is very dry now, but it's still, you can still see plenty of spray kicking up off the car ahead. So even though DRS is enabled, I still don't think this track is It's probably quicker on slicks now, but it's only just. It's a tiny little bit. So hard to know to watch. I want to watch the lead, but with Whoopi's penalty, is that really the right one to watch? Should we watch Corey and Sniper here? We've got a yellow flag. It appears to be a Williams, I think. It was a Williams, it's Chips. Oh no, don't tell me his tyres burst. Please tell me he spun and the tyre hasn't burst on him. He's lost out to Paella. It has. The tyre is blown up. It's the right rear. Oh, Chips, that is so unlucky. But look at it, the right rear is blown. With just over a lap to go. And into the pits comes Chips. He's still going to get a result here. He's not complete. Oh, Wells into the pits. What's he done? I can't believe my eyes. What is Wales done? I think Wales just thrown away victory. I'm lost for words. I can't. Oh, Wales, what have you done? Well, Williams were running 1-2 at one point. They're now in 6th and 12th. I'm absolutely gobsmacked. Unfortunately, that's Checo who's had a little moment there. But again, he seems to be okay. Well, we go to Whoopi, who is going to cross the line as P1. With a penalty, that's going to promote Sniper Monkey to P1. Massey will cross the line P3. But I tell you what a result that is for Massey. You've got to give it to him. That is an awesome result. Corey, P4. Whale, well, he gets back to P5, but I think he's thrown away a victory. Unless something happened that meant he had to pit, he had no choice. I don't know why he's just done that. I really don't. Paella crosses the line for P6, but he will lose out to Monsters, who gets promoted to 6th. Paella 7th. Chris P9. Somebody else just jumped. Oh, Craig's jumped up to P6 all of a sudden. So Chris P10. Lycorius is going to come across P11. Chips in the end. Valiant. I feel so sorry for him. Just over a lap to go, and the right rear blew up on him. Could argue lucky it was before the pits, not after, but still P12, but an absolute incredible race, Chips. X11 P13. I think my driver of the day. I'm really torn between Massey and Corey, and Chips. I don't care the fact that he's finished down the order because of the blowout. He is incredible, absolutely incredible. I feel so bad for him. Yeah, it is Massey. I'm really torn between giving it to you or Corey. I can't really give it to Chips after he's dropped down to, I think, P12, wasn't it? Yeah. No, I'm sorry, Massey, but I'm going to give it to Corey though, because Corey, P4 for Corey's. He'll be so happy with that. I can't begin to tell you how happy he'll be with that. So, yeah, no, I'm going to give the driver of the day to Corey. You've got a podium in a way, so Massey. So just be happy. Be happy. Right, Sniper Monkey's PlayStation, so we can't invite him. Let's get Whoopi and Massey in then, I guess. And Corey, let's invite Corey in actually. May as well. Why not? Quickly go to the race director and scroll through the incidents just in case they are needed. Quite a long list to go down, but it's because of all the track limit warnings. And quickly get back to here. Oh, I don't think I'm going to make it. Oh yeah, I am. Just about. There we go. It's been manipulated, man. Hello. Is that all of you? No, I've got to do it on my side first. There's Woodley, excellent. Right. More options. Right, party audio enabled. So you should now all have a box to tick.
Yep, got it.
Excellent. Right. I mean, Corey, I've invited you because Sniper's on PlayStation, so I can't invite him in. I thought we'll go with a P4 and also my driver of the day as well. So, congratulations, man. Really good performance tonight. Bit unlucky not to be on the podium, unless there's any penalties after that could promote you up, of course. But yeah, really, really good race today. Really strong performance. I know you like those conditions, so I'm sure that had something to do with it.
It was set up as well. I'll set up for the wet conditions. But yeah, I was a bit surprised that I was able to hang with Gunnar and Whale and Woofy at the start of the race, just staying within 2 seconds of them. And that pace just continued even after the pit stop, so I was a bit in shock, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, and because I did mention it on comms, the fact that you were staying with them, and and it's hard to explain. I mean, because you normally do well on Sunday nights, but a fourth place for you is a very good result, right? So I don't know. How do you feel with that? How do you feel with getting fourth?
If you had offered me fourth at the start of the night, I would have snapped your arm off.
Oh no, okay.
That's how I feel at the moment. Like, Silverstone's not a track I think I'm quick at, but for some reason I keep getting results here. So, I mean, shame about the puncture on the last lap, but it is what it is. I took them to the limit and they just didn't quite hold on. So
Well, you got a puncture on the last lap, did you?
Yeah, coming off
the
first straight. Yeah, it just went. So I was like, right, nurse at home.
Fair enough. Okay, I didn't know that had happened actually. So yeah, fair enough for doing that. But it's Chips I do feel sorry for. His rear right blew up on. I think it was through Magnus and Beckett's or just before coming out of Cops. I think on the lap before last. So otherwise he'd have done the whole race. But but he was having a superb race up to that point. Other than that, any sort of anything going on around you? You looked like you had a couple of good battles out there.
Yeah, it was just mainly my main battles were just coming out of the pits. Like the first couple of laps after having that pressure tyre, just being able to go around the outside or go up and under some of the drivers, and then generally just irritating while letting them know that I'm right behind him, which was great amusement for me.
Yeah. So is that why Well pitted? Did he get a puncture as well?
Yeah, he got a puncture the lap before.
Okay, all right. I've just spent the whole lap saying, "Why is he pitted?" The whole of the last lap. Why is he pitted? He thrown away victory.
Yeah, he didn't have a choice, unfortunately.
Fair enough. I'll let him off then. Okay, right. Let's move on. Let's Massey, P3.
Yes.
Really good race. I know I've given driver of the day to Corey, but you do absolutely deserve it after being glitched out of qualifying and having to start from second last. So you come through the field. You got off to a really good start. I think you made up about 6 places immediately, and then pretty quickly a 7th as well. But you had a really difficult time getting past Dino Vites. And then when you did, I think it was, I can't remember who it was. Was it Chips, actually? I think might have just, you got past Dino Vites and then he nipped up and passed both of you, and then you were stuck in the same place trying to get past Chips.
Yep. Yeah, it was, I mean, the game has its own ways of trying to screw me over at the moment for this last week, and tonight was just the next edition of what can Cody do to mess up my night? But actually, the first lap was, I don't think I've ever had a lap like that before. I just, like the parting of the sea, it was everything just sort of, everywhere I went, there was a gap. So
Yeah.
it just worked. So I think I was up to like P11 by halfway through round lap one. I think I went around the outside of Craig, and then I tried to get inside of Checo, and then, like you said, I was frustrated by the Ministry of Mexican Defense for quite a while. But it was
Yeah.
really fun because you had to there's no DRS, you had to really think about where to put the car, and he just placed it perfectly. And
Yeah.
then when I finally got him, I saw the Williams go through, and I was like, for F's sake.
Yeah. So obviously
And
you're at the point where you really need to get past to try and get so that you've got time to be able to get back to the cars ahead if you can. And of course, when Chips goes through as well, you just oh my god, it's never going to let me. But no, it's just I mean P3 from where you started and where you were sort of halfway through the race is a hell of a result. So,
yeah,
no,
I mean, I'll take it.
play
It's
to you.
unlucky for Corey. I was wondering what happened on the last lap as came around that right-hander before the old finish straight, and he just sort of ran wide and then dropped really far back. So I thought he made a mistake, but I've been in the chat that he had a puncture. So that explains that, which so sort of Hamilton-esque puncture on the
Yeah,
last lap. So, but because he had the pace on me in the wet, I couldn't catch him. So
yeah,
I thought that was where I was going to finish. I couldn't get the top three. But yeah, I got a bit of luck at the end, so championship battle. At the
yeah.
start of the night, I was thinking, bloody hell, I'm going to drop further behind, negative. And then I saw something happen between, was it Gunnar and Sniper, and I thought, God's are
I think
shining
it
on
was
me
all three of
tonight.
them. I think it was Gunnar, Sniper, and Whoopi. Something seemed to happen between, but
Oh, I didn't see
I'll
Whoopi. I
get to that
just
with Whoopi
saw
in a
them
minute.
two.
But yeah,
But yeah, I enjoyed that one. It was a good race.
yeah, it was well done, and I can't believe it took so long to dry up. I mean, it never really properly did it? Or maybe the last lap, but yeah, it's I can't believe it took so long. It just I was expecting all the way through, and I was amazed when people were pitting off the inters from the first stint, sort of thing. I was like, why are they all pitting if it's going to dry up? So, but yeah, he explained it in the end. um, right, Whoopi, congratulations, buddy. P2 on track. Sorry, no, P1 on track, but after penalty P2. Um, Take us through your race and let us know what did happen at the contact, whatever's happened between you, Gunnar, and Sniper, because unfortunately I missed it completely. I didn't see it at all. So
Yeah, well, first stint, I started, well, I think it was fourth. I only got one lap in quali because the disconnect and it didn't let me take control of my car, so I started P4. And
yeah,
then it was mainly just a train, me and Gunnar and the few guys behind couldn't really get past Gunnar because you need roughly about 2 seconds of pace advantage to get past in the wet here. It is difficult. But then
yeah,
Gunnar pitted, kind of just let us all space out, get our own pace sorted. And then obviously pitted for fresh inters, and I jumped. I think I just got out ahead of Sniper Monkey,
yeah,
which led further and further up onto the laps to where we obviously collided, and I think we collected Gunnar. It was literally just as the last turn coming onto the start finish straight.
yeah, yeah,
He went deep into the chicane. He went wide around the last turn, because there was still a gap on the inside, and I clipped his rear right wheel, and it spun us
right.
both. And I
Okay,
think
so
it spun us into the centre of the track where Gunnar obviously had no time to react, and
yeah,
obviously we
all
couldn't do
masses
anything to
here is
avoid him either.
I might end up winning this if this all gets reported.
I didn't say it. I just thought it.
um,
Get your clips in, lads.
So we'll have a look in a way. Yeah, so I'm sure something will be sent in. Gunnar obviously came off worse because he lost an end plate.
Yeah,
And you guys sort of still had your front wings intact. So, yeah, I don't want to go too deep into that because that may end up going with stewards. So,
sort of intact my wing was.
yeah, yeah, and I will say that Sniper did have another moment in the race that I thought might end up being reported. He had a coming together with Dinovites, where I
Yeah, I
felt
seen that.
his move was a bit far back and a bit audacious. So, There may be something coming from Dino Vitis if he feels he's been sort of done wrong, because it did end up with him spinning. So, but we'll see. That's for the stewards to bother about, not us. So, right, okay, guys. Well, congratulations to all three of you. Does anybody know where we are next week?
In a
Um,
sec.
Corey normally knows. He usually memorises the calendars.
Monza.
Oh dear.
Monza.
An Italian double
Yeah.
Monza and then Imola Sprint.
Oh,
That I
lovely.
look
Whose
forward to.
idea? That's Hunter for you. He's done the calendars, and now nobody's heard from him in 6 weeks. Right. So, yeah. Monza. I don't know what to say about Monza. I mean, do you guys like Monza?
No.
it's a good one.
Not done it in ages on this game. I just seem to remember that you either want to start first or last, because anything in the middle, and you just don't
Yeah,
want
you die.
You're in severe danger in turn one.
either get pole or start at the back.
Yeah, and it does. It can be a bit of a safety car fest as well, can't it? Because
Yeah.
a lot of people, in my opinion, a lot of people run their wings a little bit too high on the front, and they end up spinning out of a Ascari into the wall. And it loves to bring out a safety car around there. So, yeah, let's hope that doesn't happen next week though, and we have a really good race. Because Monza can be brilliant when it goes right, and you don't have the safety cars. It can actually be a really fantastic race to watch. So, let's hope it goes well. But tonight was Silverstone. Well done to you three. Really, really solid results. As I said, driver of the day from me goes to Corey, but don't forget you still vote your driver of the day in the Discord, who will also get a bonus point. So there we go. But don't vote for Corey in that one, because he's not allowed to win both, as much as you'd like to.
Aww.
Alright then, guys. That's it for tonight then. I'll be back for WAOF1 on Tuesday night, so come and join me for that one. Other than that, come and join if we do have a stream for tomorrow night. I don't know if we do yet, so but keep an eye out and see if you can join the Monday Night Racing HRF1 tomorrow night and support me. Other than that, good night, God bless, see you soon.